Coming up, UTPD and Toledo police have arrested 3 suspects involved in off-campus crimes.
The search has begun for a new Rocket head coach.
And a famous rapper visits UT's campus. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shantae Bright.
And I'm Elise Chingari. On Friday, we reported a robbery that took place on November 20th on the 1700 block of Evansdale in the Bancroft Hills area. And then on Friday night, around 8:30, a UT student was robbed at gunpoint at the intersection of Elvin and Olds. Shortly after, 3 men were apprehended by UTPD and Toledo police and have been linked to both robberies. 1 suspect was released after questioning, and the 2 others remain in custody. Remember, if you see it, hear it, report it to Crime Stoppers at 419-255-1111. And these robberies come at a time when the city of Toledo is eliminating the next police class. Reporter Matt Culbreth sat down with the head of the Toledo Police Patrolmen's Association to discuss the impact on the UT community.
The recent rash of crimes on or around campus has students worried for their safety. Unfortunately, it could get worse. For the upcoming 2008 city budget, the mayor of the city of Toledo has canceled the upcoming police class. That means with the upcoming retirements, only 600 cops will be on Toledo streets. Mayor Carden Finkbeiner has canceled the classes as part of a drastic cost-cutting measure. The city is expected to save $5.3 million by calling off both the upcoming police and fire classes, which would alleviate half of the city's projected $10 million shortfall. Toledo Police Chief Mike Navarre says that even with the low level of staff on hand, crime has fallen 17.5% since 2006. But the numbers for murder, manslaughter, burglaries, and robberies are all up. And these numbers do not include the latest high-profile incidents around campus, such as the shooting at BP or the Scott Park stabbings. Toledo Police Patrolmen Association President Dan Wagner says students should be worried about the reduction of officers.
They need to be really concerned because what is happening around campus is now infiltrating into campus. And if we can't stop it on the outside, does UT have enough police to stop it from coming into their campus?
For UT10 News, I'm Matt Culbreth.
Thanks, Matt. Reporter Marcia Matlock was at a ROTC event on campus last week. The training exercise simulated actual combat conditions.
The old ROTC building is scheduled to come down soon. But before that happens, the ROTC program has come up with a creative way to use this building one more time, through a paintball training. The old Armory building was filled with about 80 uniformed cadets and staff awaiting to begin this eventful training. The line at the door was packed with students waiting to receive their gear. Once everyone had their right equipment, classes were established. The classes consisted of showing the cadets how to stay together and stay on the lookout. After the rotation of the classes were done, the real paintball fight began. Students were put into teams, and their main goal was to shoot at the enemies played by fellow cadets and staff. Whenever they cleared a room, the door was marked with an X. I talked to Major Dziubek about why this event is important for these students to experience.
Important because these cadets are learning to become officers during a time when our country is at war. And so we want to provide them with as much realism in what they're training to do as possible.
Students also expressed why this training is beneficial.
Better training than shooting fake M16s because you have to use cover, and if you get shot, you know what you did wrong. So I think it was just useful, gets cadets to come over and get shot at and learn how to shoot properly.
For UT10 News, I'm Marcia Matlock.
Diversity has come to UT students in high-tech form. Last week, a human race machine was on display in the Office of Multicultural Student Services. This computer allows people to see themselves as another race by mapping the user's facial structure and simulating different racial features. Director of Latino Initiatives, Sabina Elizondo Serratos, says the machine is meant to give a different view on race.
The theme of the machine is really to prove, I guess, that the human race is not a biological concept. And the bottom line being is that we're all created equal, that there's one human race.
UT only had it for a week, but students can still check out the machine and other cultural issues by visiting their website. A search committee has been formed to find a new coach. UT Athletic Director Mike O'Brien appointed a 7-person committee to help assist in finding a new Rockets football coach. O'Brien wanted the panel to be more about diversity than football.
Well, the search committee we think was as diverse and as wide-ranging as possible on our campus, and even in the community. We have donors and people representing our Rocket football, president of the faculty senate, and so really pleased with the breadth of the committee.
Members include Michael Bell, a fire marshal for the state of Ohio and a Rocket football alumnus, Dr. Jamie Barlow, professor and chair of the Women's and Gender Studies Department, and Chuck Sullivan, a UT alumnus and longtime benefactor. They, along with others on the committee, will be a part of the interview process, which will take place in early December.
Speaking of sports, Meredith has the play-by-play.
Meredith Kincaid with your UT10 Sports. Friday night marked another stop on the Amstutz farewell tour as the Rockets took on the Miami Redhawks at the Glass Bowl. A rough season for the Rockets so far, but they and their coach have not given up.
Just one thing about this team, they're very resilient. They'll keep on battling. They keep on working hard. They want to win. They want to finish the season with a couple wins here, and this was real important for them and good for our program. We want to finish strong.
Both teams looking for a win this week with matching records of 2-8. The Rockets started off strong with redshirted freshman Morgan Williams lowering the boom and getting the touchdown. 7-0 after the Rockets' extra point. Second half, Miami's Daniel Raudabaugh finds Chris Givens for a 30-yard touchdown. That would make it 28-14, Rockets leading. But the Rockets call on Morgan Williams. He jukes and jives all the way to the end zone for his third TD on the night. Williams finishing with 330 total rushing yards in the game, breaking the school record. The Redhawks were no match for the Rockets in this one. Toledo wins 42-14. Football got the win, and the Lady Rocket volleyball team was trying to do the same. Playing at the Seagate Center in downtown Toledo, the Lady Rockets took on the Western Michigan Broncos in the MAC tournament. The Rockets seeded number 8 against the number 1 Bronco team. The Rockets took an early lead in the first set, 5-4, but Western would come back with a 4-0 run and hold the lead the rest of the set. Junior Stephanie Kirsting would lead the Rockets offense with 10 kills. Along with that, senior Lori Ruth would add to the stats with a team high of 15 digs. But the ladies were no match for the Broncos. Toledo would fall in all 3 sets. The Rockets ended their season with a 14-17 overall record.
And how's the basketball team doing in Florida?
Well, the basketball team lost last night, but they're hoping to win against Cleveland State tonight.
All right, we'll be right back.
Rockets versus Bowling Green this Friday. Call 530-GOLD or purchase online. See you at the game.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Mike Jones. Mike Jones, Ice Age in the building. What's up, man?
That's music artist Mike Jones. He made a surprise stop at the Student Union on Friday to promote his new album. Students and staff listened to the rapper talk about his upcoming single that will be released before his album hits stores. He also handed out free tickets for his concert later that night at Club Bijou. Some fans were impressed that a well-known rapper made its visit to the Glass City.
I feel it was a great opportunity to see a celebrity here in the small town of Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah, like you don't see celebrities come here too often, especially Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones, like him? Yeah.
This is Mike Jones' 7th visit to the Toledo, and he says he loves it. That's it for us. If you have any stories or information you would like to share with us, please email us at ut10news@gmail.com.
And remember, you can always watch your news and sports in 10 minutes on YouTube. For Shantae Bright, Meredith Kincaid, and all of our crew, have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.